Good morning, Southwest Florida. I'm Bri Walling. This Naples Herald Morning Report is sponsored by our friends at Fusillo Kia of Cape Coral. This morning we'll tell you about a major drug bust in Lake County, the David Lawrence Center putting new grant money to work for the community, and more. Today is Tuesday, July 3rd, and this is the Morning Report. The Lee County Sheriff's Office seized a cache of drugs, weapons, cars, and over $900,000 in a major narcotic bust. Under Sheriff Carmine Marcino said at a news conference that LCSO detectives had been conducting an investigation into an alleged drug dealer in Fort Myers, and during a traffic stop on June 27th, that suspect had attempted to flee in his Cadillac, but smashed into a security gate where he attempted to flee on foot. He ignored the orders of detectives and continued to run, eventually being apprehended after being tased by a detective. A search of the Cadillac by a canine unit revealed 8 ounces of super mannitol, a substance Marcino said is used to cut drugs like heroin, fentanyl, and cocaine. After an investigation, detectives executed a search warrant for 2 properties allegedly used by the suspect, where between the 2 locations, LCSO recovered 48.5 grams of fentanyl, nearly 35 grams of cocaine, 2 firearms, and $900,000 in cash. Digital scales, plastic baggies, and additional supermannitol were also found. The suspect has been charged with multiple counts of drug trafficking as well as resisting an officer without violence. The David Lawrence Mental Health and Addiction Recovery Center in Naples received a $150,000 grant from the Richard M. Schulz Family Foundation for enhancements to child and adult crisis services. The David Lawrence Center is Collier County's only not-for-profit mental health and addiction recovery treatment center serving children, adults, and families. The primary goal of the funding is to increase the overall service capacity in acute care services, including 24-hour emergency treatment through the Emergency Services Assessment Center, Baker Act Receiving Center, Adult and Children's Mental Health Crisis Stabilization Units, and Crossroads Adult Detox Unit for Substance Use Disorders. With a rising number of admissions, DLC is continuously at max capacity. While the expansion is taking place, the funding will go toward the improvement of treatment services as well as the admission and discharge process. The grant funding, aside from assisting in expansion, will help support personnel and advance new processes to decrease the time between referral and admission, along with the average length of stay. Funds will also go toward supporting more clinical staff, including a supervising physician and an emergency services clinician, in order to enhance the clinical time focused on each patient's treatment and support needs. As the state budget year came to an end, Governor Scott doled out the last of an initial $85 million pot of job growth dollars that lawmakers approved in an economic development compromise. Scott's office has announced more than $16 million from the Florida Job Growth Grant Fund would be set aside for 6 applicants, with the largest amount, $5.5 million, going for water, sewer, and roadway improvements to assist the Florida Crossroads Commerce Park in Marion County. The state's 2017-2018 budget year ended on Saturday, and now in the new fiscal year, a second pool of $85 million immediately became available to Scott, and depending on how much he uses, his successor after Scott leaves office in January. The Florida Job Growth Grant Fund was created in 2017 after a legislative battle about economic development funding. Scott had sought $85 million for incentives that would be available through the business recruitment agency Enterprise Florida, but led by House Speaker Richard Corcoran, lawmakers objected to money going directly to specific companies. Under the Florida Job Growth Grant Fund, money is required to go to regional projects rather than individual businesses. The money is handled by the State Department of Economic Opportunity, which received more than 250 applications, collectively seeking $877 million in assistance during the past fiscal year. And that was the Morning Report for today. I'm Bri Walling. The Morning Report airs Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. right here at NaplesHerald.com. And don't forget to check out our lunch break that also airs Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. Thank you for watching.